minds, and just kind of been experiencing. And so I was outside today on my porch, my favorite spot. That's my favorite spot, people, where I can actually clear my head, clear my minds, and think a little bit about you know, where I am and what's going on in this particular stage of my life. And I was just thinking about seasons and how we go through different seasons. And right now in Jersey, we're about to go into the fall season, and how things begin to change. And I begin to look at the tree and think about how as the season changes, the leaves turn green, and then they turn yellow, and then they turn gold and orange, and then some of them turn brown, and then they fall. And the tree begins to look like it is bare or in need of something, right? And then how those leaves, though, when they fall into the ground, they're actually feeding the soil, which is feeding the roots, which is feeding the tree, which is preparing it to blossom again in the different season, right? In the springtime. So the tree will blossom again, and it'll fully develop into its fullness come summer. And you'll see the greenness of the leaves and how much nutrients and how much it has absorbed throughout that winter season, right? And so when I think about the seasons of life, I know for me, I'm kind of, I guess, really like in this fall season where the leaves are falling and then some of the branches are looking kind of bare, and from the outside you can kind of look at it and be like, oh, that tree needs some TLC. Some things are, you know, not right. It's not at its fullest. It's not fully developed. And you know, where are the flowers? Why isn't it as attractive, or why isn't it blossoming the way that it should blossom? And when we think about our lives and our seasons as a tree, sometimes on the external, it could look like your tree is bare, right? From the outside looking in. And sometimes maybe it doesn't even look that way. Sometimes we look really put together, but on the inside, we kind of feel like our tree is bare and that it's very fragile. And but what we have to understand is that these seasons that we go through, there's a process. It's pruning us, it's stretching us. Our soil is still being developed. We're feeding, we're still growing, and we're strengthening. We're becoming stronger at the root. And so for me, I'm definitely in that season where I don't necessarily look, I hope I don't necessarily look like the tree is bare, but sometimes inside you can feel like it is, because you don't see the flowers, you know, you don't see the leaves blossoming, you don't see all the rich green color happening, but you know that something is still working, you know that there's a work. And so I would just encourage you guys, if you're in a season like me, this fall season going into this winter season, where you're just kind of working, you're just kind of grinding, you're just kind of putting in the time, you're just kind of investing, yet you're not quite seeing the flowers or seeing the fruit of it, you're not seeing the leaves develop and grow, but you know that there is a work happening and there's a work taking place. And I'm just here to let you guys know that it doesn't necessarily feel comfortable. You know, I'm sure when the wind is blowing and when it's cold outside and when it's snowing and there's no leaves to cover that branch or those trees, they feel kind of bare, like, ooh, you know, what is happening? And sometimes we go through those seasons of life where we feel like, what is going on? Like, Lord, what is happening? Like, you know, where is my fruit? Where is my flowers? Where are the blossoms? When is spring gonna come, right? What's that show? Winter is coming. Like, when is spring going to come? When is summer going to come? And so we go through those times, but guys, just be encouraged that it's gonna come. That it's gonna come, that when you're investing and when you're pouring in and when you're building and when you're growing, sometimes we just need like a time of hibernation where we're just feeding on stuff, where we're just learning, where we're just getting more knowledge, getting more information, where things are just being prepared, we're building relationships, we're networking, where we're strengthening ourselves and developing our plan, and we're working our plan, and we're putting in the work so that we can see the fruits of our labor. And so I just want to encourage you guys. I don't know what season you're in. Maybe you're blossoming. Maybe your summer is here. Summer has come, right? And that's a great time where people can actually see the manifestation of what you have been working on. But then maybe you're in that season where your leaves are falling, where things are changing. You're in transition, where things, how it used to look or how it used to be, is not what it is now. And so you're trying to figure out how this thing is going to blossom and how it's going to grow and what it's going to look like for you in that new time period and in that new season. And so that's definitely where I am, where things that used to be in one place are not there, and leaves are beginning to fall. And you know, it's difficult sometimes to see. You see the grand vision, but you're not really sure when the leaves are going to grow, or when the flower is going to blossom, or when those particular things are going to happen. But as I'm speaking to myself, I'm speaking to you guys too. Keep pressing forward, keep trusting, keep your faith, keep believing, keep hoping, keep knowing that your season will change, that spring will come and summer will come, and the fruits of your labor will be manifested. And so I just encourage you, stay around people who are going to encourage you. Stay around people who already see your blossom tree. Stay around people. Do we call trees blossom? Like, do we say that trees blossom? I don't know. But today they're blossoming, right? I don't know what that technical term is, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Stay around people who can see your fully grown, your fully manifested tree. Stay around people who speak that into your life. Stay around people who see that there is a birthing season, that there's a transition, that there's a growth that is happening in you, and people who speak those things into your life. You know, don't stay around the people that can only see the bare branches. Don't surround yourself by people who can't see beyond the winter, right? Beyond the fall, beyond the trees fall, the leaves falling. Don't stay around people who can't see that. Don't stay around people who are trying to break your branches off. How about that? Don't stay around people who are trying to do that. Keep yourself around people who can see the manifestation of what you're believing God for and what you're believing for. And you will see that too. You will see that in due season, right? And so I just want to encourage you, you are not alone. We are all working this thing. We are all still pushing. We're all still thriving. We're all still growing and strengthening our roots, so that when our trees blossom and fully manifest, they will be on a firm foundation. They will be on a solid rock, and they will not be easily uprooted. And so I just want to encourage you guys, we are in a different season, and seasons come and seasons go, but they are definitely here. Oh, look at that lights. Look at the lights. They are definitely here to bring out the best in us. And I'm excited to see what your tree is going to look like. I'm excited to see what fruit you're going to bear, because some trees, there's apple trees, right? And then there's peach trees, right? There's different types of trees. I'm super excited to see what is going to birth out of your tree and my tree. So I'm super excited to see that. And I just wanted to encourage you on today to stand fast, to don't give up, and know that your season and your time, it is coming. It is coming, girl or guy, whoever. Your season and your time is coming. Just stay strong and surround yourself by other people that believe in your same vision and your same ability, and can see the fruits, can see what you're going to produce, can see that it's going to manifest. Okay, guys, so that is all I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to stop talking now, but just stay encouraged. And as always, when passion meets purpose, great things happen. And I will talk to you guys later.